What up, home slice skillet biscuits? It's that time of the week again. It's your boy called Wheezy coming at you with a calm 306 vlog. That's media literacy. Today we're talking about chapter 10 of the media literacy book. It's on feature-length documentaries. And the first thing that it talks about is Super Size Me, which is where a reporter basically eats only McDonald's for a month, gains a bunch of weight, and talks about it. So, something that the book says is Spurlock's month-long Big Mac munch, thought up in advance and performed for the camera, is an example of stunt journalism, where the reporter engages in an activity to be able to report his or her experiences. To some, it seemed a bit gimmicky or prefabricated to count as a serious exploration of the fast food industry. But using a so-called gimmick in documentary movies isn't unusual. Basically, Super Size Me is an example of the kind of documentary that maybe isn't as honest. He went in with preconceived notions and tried to prove them instead of just letting the facts be the facts. Al Gore did the same thing with his documentary on global warming. He made a claim that polar bears can't swim far enough to get between the melting ice floes, and that ended up being problematic because he didn't really have evidence for that. So, one of the keys when we look at documentaries and whether they're honest or not is, did they do enough research, and are they presenting their research in an unbiased and honest way? Documentaries are also kind of 50-50 on whether they're independent, because it depends on who is paying for the documentary. The example given in the book of one that's maybe not as independent was Fahrenheit 9/11, which criticized the Bush administration, etc. And at the time, Disney owned the company that was making the movie, but said that it didn't approve of I think it was Miramax was the company that was making the documentary. So Disney didn't approve of Miramax's handling of the documentary, and so they dropped the movie because they were scared of losing tax breaks in Florida, where Jeb Bush, George Bush's brother, was the governor. So documentaries can be independent, but not all of them necessarily are. And then productivity, whew. Man, documentaries are one of the best ways to promote like a social cause. You think of things like Blackfish, which highlighted a lot of the cruelty in sea life stuff. There was one about dolphins being slaughtered in this bay in Japan that led to some reform there. So, I mean, a lot of documentaries can be pretty productive. Then you've got documentaries like Tiger King, which, I mean, basically all that came out of Tiger King was we all think Carol Baskin killed her husband, and there's now a savage remix on TikTok of Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked. It's stupid, but I don't know that Tiger King counts as productive. So anyway, that was chapter 10. Please join us again next week as we talk about whatever the heck we're supposed to talk about next week. As per usual, I still don't have an outro, so